G'day everybody, Birdsville back here again for part 5 of the Desert Trip 2019. So this video will start at Birdsville, which is way out here on the Queensland South Australia border, and we'll be making our way from Birdsville down through the Birdsville track, through the Strzelecki Desert, and making our way down to Cooper Creek, which will camp overnight, and then the next day we make our way through down to Maree and up to Mungerannie station, where we'll camp there the night as well. And this gives us a chance to scoot out to Lake Eyre, to the neck, and check out the water. Anyway, glad you can join me. Hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, so we just left Birdsville, and this is just outside of town, other side of the bridge, and all this here was underwater from the all that water that came down from up north, which is now in Lake Eyre. So they were cut off here for about 3 weeks. They had to fly all their fresh produce in. Luckily the airport was open and all good. And yeah, so but that's why it's all green now. So all that moisture soaks into the ground and keeps it green for a few months. But yeah, we're just gonna trottle on down to Mungerannie. There's a bit of a cool breeze at the moment. It's 17 degrees according to the bike, but the breeze is the wind's quite chilly. I didn't put the liners in the jacket today because I didn't think it would be required. I just have to tough it out. And yeah, should be a good day. Won't be too difficult, I'd imagine. It's just the Birdsville track. Can't go on the old one anymore. It's closed. I don't know if it's going to reopen. About 315 kilometres to Mungerannie. So catch you to when something interesting is going on, and I'll see you then. Bye. Yeah, so you can see that sand dune right over there. Another one over here. Oh, so we're just travelling down in between them. They run pretty much north-south, all separated like that, right across the Simpson Desert. 1,100 I think there is, if you're going to do the Simpson Desert crossing. 1,100 sand dunes. Not as big as these ones. They slowly, on average, get a bit smaller as they go west. Big Red is obviously the biggest one, the one we were on yesterday. So yeah, oh, potholes. Hang on a minute. Fuel consumption's a little bit higher than I would like. We might have to start doing a bit of economy riding when we get closer to Mungerannie, because I'm only just going to make it, I reckon. It's a tow truck. Oh, it's a Suzuki. Oh, that's a shame. Oh no, it's the trailer. Yeah, there you go. That's why you're towing a trailer out here. You need to maintain the bearings and repack them before you go, I reckon. So yeah, we might only just make it. Steve's got worse fuel economy than I do, so I'm sure he's aware of it. Either way, we'll get bloody close. Worst case scenario, Charlene and Neil on the Exxon Valdez can head into town and grab some fuel. Anyway, that bike has a massive fuel tank. A lot of weight. Anyway, I'll leave it with you for a moment, and I'll talk to you again in a moment. So as you can see, here's a detour ahead. Now this is due to all that flood water that came down from Townsville and damaged part of the track as it came through. As you can see here, it's starting to get green. So the normal track there would continue on over there to the right, and this is the diversion. And as a result, as you can see, it's quite sandy, quite soft, and yeah, a little bit. You'll be really on your toes to what's happening. As you'll see here, there's a couple of corners that get a bit hairy, but yeah, we got through unscathed. Yes, it's starting to get a little bit, a little more soft through here, and another couple of moments. Sergey got a bit tail happy. Still cranking along at a decent pace though. A couple of these corners here where slowed down a fair bit. There's another moment there. I'm not sure how Neil was going with Charlene through this section, but would have been a bit of a handful, I reckon. Chris, on the other hand, would have been having a ball on the KTM. Whoa, get out, here we go. It's soft. Just hold on and hope the bike goes where it needs to go. All over the show there. See all the beautiful green from that water. This is obviously where the water came through. There's still a bit of water there. Keep my eye on the road though. Here we go. This is this is the one I nearly ended up off the side of the track. Get the gear, Chris. It was a lot of fun through this little diversion. It was probably the most difficult part of the whole Birdsville track, to be honest. The rest of it was pretty much dirt highway. Fair few corrugations. You got to dodge the odd dust hole or rocks. But yeah, it was quite a relaxing day, really. We're getting to the end of the diversion here, and Steve was waiting here just to make sure everyone got through okay. There's one corner there nearly got me. I was on the berm. Oh, fucking hell. I thought that was surprising. So after the little stop, we let Chris and Neil catch back up and continued on our way down the Birdsville track. Just amazing, the landscape's just like nothing as far as you can see, apart from the odd sand dune. The worst thing of all is when you've got an oncoming vehicle like this one, and I've slowed right down and got across as far as I can, and he's just smashing along. Doesn't slow down or anything. Just showers you in rocks. There's just no need for it. Yeah, I was hoping to. I got my stickers. I was going to, put them on this sort of thing. Yeah. Just took a moment here to appreciate where we were. Absolutely nowhere. It's absolutely beautiful. Nothing as far as you can see, except a KTM and a couple of Hondas. So we've just had a bit of a stop here to Walker's Crossing. So that's the Birdsville track. This is Walker's Crossing. If you want to keep on going that way, you would end up at Will's Grave, which we were there a few days ago in Innuika. It's about 300 kilometres that way, and apparently the road's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're going to continue south. The wind at our back now, so hopefully it's actually coming across us still. Hopefully the fuel economy gets a bit better. And just let a little bit of air out the rear tyre. It was up around 40 psi and it was a little bit rough, so all this quite stony, not as bad as that Arabarri road from the other day, but still see a lot of stone. Yeah, anyway, that was Walker's Crossing. Whoa, that was a big rock. The wind is very strong. It's blowing. Get out of that. Blowing quite hard across this way. Diagonal, so random trailer out there. Alright, catch you soon. Okay, so got about 100 k's to go. Fortunately, we're riding with the wind behind us for a bit, so fuel economy's come back to under 6 litres per 100, which is good. So I'm going to make it easy. Hopefully Steve's seeing the same sort of savings in fuel consumption. Birdsville track's been, it's a dirt highway. There's that one little section back there that is a bypass for the flooding. That was a bit of fun, soft sand. But overall, it's there's a couple of nasty, stony sections, but all in all, it's been a pretty good road. Being able to sort of sit on, which I'm about to tell you. Well, average speed is 86, but we have stopped 2 times. So make that the 3rd stop, which is good because I need to tie down my bladder. It's getting a bit loose. Alright. If I had a bladder, I would have gone it's gotten a bit better. Yeah, I don't reckon 16k. This is the track they wanted to travel on their desert trip, which has been closed due to flooding. So that's why we're doing the trip we're doing, actually, because this one road was closed, and it's a Simpson Desert crossing, and meets up with the other tracks, Warburton Crossing, and there you go. Anyway, we're going to keep going. About 100 k's to go. Steve is, as you just said, a bit tight on fuel. What's he doing? He's good. So yeah, we're not going to. I'll be okay. So I don't know if you can see that. That's the fuel light. But I think that little red dot out there in the distance is Mungerannie. I hope. Steve's had to back right off. He's sitting I think he's sitting on about 70. I'm sort of still sitting on, oh look, a bit of water here. Whoa! More than a bit of water. Well, my fucking boots got a wash. Yeah, he's sitting on about 60 or 70, and bit of water on the camera, probably. Fucking water everywhere else. But I think that's I think this is the place up here that, well, actually now looking at it, it's given me a false sense of security. I think it's just a shipping container. Anyway, so I'm sitting on about 80 at the moment, trying to. The problem we got is we're going into a headwind here, and even at, and it's very strong. So at 80 kilometres an hour, I'm using more than 6 litres per 100, which is quite a lot. Like normally I can sit on 100 and about 100 and be on at about 5. So that's the difference. We've got a fence here, so maybe that's the start of their property. I don't know, but didn't take my boot long to dry out. Legs are a bit wet, but it's okay. So yeah, 80 k's into this headwind. I'm using 6 litres per 100. I can just see Steve's. Oh, what's their sign? Couldn't quite read it, but yeah, that bloody orange thing I saw is a shipping container. Alright. So if I'm running on fumes, I don't know what Steve's got in his tank. But yeah, we've chewed up a lot of juice riding into this headwind, because it was coming across us before, like it's so strong,
you were able to like sit right behind each other, and the wind was strong enough to blow the dust straight out the way. So it shows you how strong the wind is, and now we're riding into the bastard. So talk about cutting it fine. Anyway, two things going to happen here. Either we're going to make it and you'll see us, see me next at Mungerannie, or I'm going to run out of fuel. So let's see what happens. Okay, well, I did say two things are going to happen. Well, we've found a third. Steve was flashing his headlights at me in the rear view mirror, so I've slowed down enough for him to catch up, and he's got 1 litre left apparently, and we've still got 20 kilometres to go. Now I know I'm going to probably make it, so he burned a bit of extra fuel trying to catch up to me. We're sitting on 70 now. Even at 70 we're using 5 litres per 100, and at this sort of speed you just feel every bloody bump. But we reckon he's going to run out of fuel. Okay everybody, so Steve's Mrs. Jones started spluttering, coughing just as we saw a sign that said food. So I'm going to crank it out, so I'm going to be okay. We've got all of about 3 kilometres to go, and yeah, he's definitely out of petroleum. So I'm going to go and get some and bring it back to him. Here we go. Here's the turn off, and a big bloody dust hole. All right. Oh, openings. Opening soon. Oh, that's funny. To fill up some bladder in my tank and head back. So, see you shortly. Righto, topped up. Filled up the bladder. Swallowed a fly. Go back and get Steve. It was so close. Whoa! Fucking tank bag. Oh, that was lucky. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. Well, I don't really need to be in a hurry. Do I? No. That was very silly. If that, mate. Told him to get the food on.
ADV-Rydr-Bloke to the rescue.
Mate, we're going to keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Can't have been rescued by bloody European rubbish.
You're okay.
Alright.
See how far away.
It's not far, let me tell you. Oh.
Yeah, so we stopped at Mungerannie pub for a bit of lunch. Had a bit of a look around with the interesting bits and pieces of stuff stuck up all over the roof everywhere. Pretty cool pub actually. Got a lot of the old trucks lying around, which I'll get into a bit later. Let you know what they're all about. And apparently Macca's is opening soon, so cool.
Well, we just had some lunch at the Mungerannie pub. Awesome little pub, and had a lovely hamburger and a cold beverage, and we're going to probably head back down the Birdsville track a bit further south to a campsite for the night, and camp there the night, try and get out of this wind, I reckon. Those old trucks over there are quite a bit of history behind them. A very famous guy by the name of Tom Cruise, not the actor, used to do a mail run out here for down the Birdsville track, and there what's left of a few of his trucks.
Supplies and mail for lonely cattle stations. Stations measured by thousands of miles, where the man living 100 miles away is your neighbour. And your only link with the outside world is Her Majesty's Royal Mail, Tom Cruise.
Unbelievable. Anyway, there's a book out you can read, and just Google Tom Cruise with a K, and yeah, you'll find all that out. And Chris is trying to, I don't know if he's getting on his bike or off his bike. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you at the campground.
Ready? Nah, won't need help. Need help. It's softer than I wanted it to be. Just a little bit. Heavy. Maybe not this side. Tactic. Thanks guys. Oh. Stop to set the camera on. I think I did.
2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. Now she's soft. Thanks, mate. As you can see, we had a bit of trouble getting off the main track. Very soft sand. Finally, Steve had a sudden gust of gravity. He was no longer the only one not to fall off during the trip. So that was about the end of our day, and we just set up camp away from the main road to avoid any dust from any passing traffic during the night. But yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one when we finally get down to Lake Eyre with a bit more exciting stuff happening down there. See you later.